Side-in laps over. We're fixing to rock and roll here for the King of the Mountain. Oh! Oh! And we got a jumper. We got a jumper. We'll see if they restart it. Kevin Dolan jumps the light, gets the hole shot, jams out front. We're going to see what happens. Wow, that was something to see up here in the booth. Best start ever. Holy cow.
He was in a hurry. He wanted to get out there and burn around this track. So if he's smart, he'll come in and do his drive-through and get it over with so he can maybe capitalize and make up some ground because he's got 14 laps at this time to try.
So the upside is it looks like Swain, the Canadian, is on him. And no, Pionic ended up getting the whole shot. Pionic out front. So the crazy killer start did not work out for Dolan. And Pionic is out front, but it looks like Swain possibly in second here. Is it Hicks?
I think it's Hicks. I'll tell you in a minute as they come around. I've got glasses on. Yep, like 527, Jerry Hicks.
And it is Pionic and Hicks, then Bradshaw, then Dolan, then Brand, and then a Gixer. And I think that's Swain behind Brand. We're going to see as they come out of turn 10. It's Pionic, Hicks, Bradshaw, Brand, Dolan, Chad Swain in 6th, Shane White, Damian Olson, and Trent Olson rounding out your top 9 here. So Pionic and Hicks are going to play tag here. And back there is Bradshaw. Bradshaw, who had a get-off earlier in the day. We're going to see what happens now. Hicks is all over Pionic here. Hicks might get Pionic here going down the backstretch, heading into turn 5. In the meantime, Bradshaw's trying to track him down. It looks like Bradshaw's fixing to join the party as he drove into that turn. As another pass happens there in the back, it looks like Swain got around Brand. And it is Pionic, Hicks. Hicks trying the outside. Hicks jumps to the inside. Bradshaw has caught them. As they head into Triple D, it's still Pionic, Hicks. Hicks trying the outside. Bradshaw has joined the party. Bradshaw going to try to make a move on Hicks here. Then it's Dolan, Swain, and Brand bringing up your top 5 and 6. And now Bradshaw all over Hicks here. Bradshaw on the move. And you can throw a blanket over these three as they head into turn 10. And Bradshaw's going to make the move on Hicks. Hicks is going around the outside. Now he cuts back to the inside on Pionic. We're going to see what they can do here. Pionic comes out of 10. Hicks tries the outside, tucks back in. He's going to try to draft him. Bradshaw's right on his tail. Then it's Brad, Swain. Brad got back around Swain. So it's Brad, then Swain, then Dolan, then Olson, then White, then Owens. Still Pionic out front, then Hicks, then Bradshaw. Those guys are gone. So we're going to see if Brand and Swain can make up that gap, but they're going to have to step it up if they're going to, because the quickest man on the track right now, name is not only Pionic, it is Bradshaw, who turns a 131.1. Holy smokes. Bradshaw is on the move, folks. So as they come out of turn 5, it's still Pionic, Hicks, Bradshaw. Hicks trying to make a move on Pionic. Bradshaw coming up behind. Looks like Bradshaw is going to try to sneak one on Hicks here. Going in or out of Triple D as Hicks is trying to stick with Pionic. As Pionic has had this particular race just on lock for the last couple of rounds here. And these three guys are so close. Let me tell you, folks, it is just a freight train. So Bradshaw looks like he's got plenty of speed here to get around Hicks. He's just trying to find pick his poison here. As they are nose to tail, Pionic dives into 10. Hicks is going to try to go outside to inside. Bradshaw is just kind of picking and choosing in the catbird seat. Brand and Swain are closing in on these guys because all three of these guys out front are just dicing back and forth. They come across the line, and it's still Pionic, Hicks, and Bradshaw. We go into turn 1, and it's still pretty darn tight here. They come out of one, and it's still Pionic, Hicks, Bradshaw. Pionic puts a little gap on Hicks. See if Bradshaw can get Hicks here and go after his teammate. Still Brad and then Swain in 4th and 5th. Then Olson 6th, Shane White 7th, Owens 8th. And there goes Dolan, who comes in to serve his stop-and-go penalty for jumping the start like a freestyler. Oh, and it looks like we've got a pass made. Looks like Bradshaw gets around Hicks in this back section here, and it's now Pionic, Bradshaw, and Hicks. And it is. It's Pionic, Bradshaw, and Hicks as they head into Triple D here. Bradshaw, the fastest man on the track. We're going to see if he can keep that pace up, chase down Oleg Pionic, and get away here. But it does look like Pionic was able to pull a little gap here when Bradshaw got around Hicks. As we see Ryan Brand, and Swain, they're not even battling, but back there for 4th and 5th. And now it's Pionic, Bradshaw. Bradshaw's got speed to spare. Bradshaw drives to the inside, makes the pass on Pionic. Is he going to be able to hold it as they come around 10? And he does. He sticks it. Let's see if Bradshaw can hold it coming out. He runs wide. Pionic goes inside. Hicks is right there. Pionic passes him right back by as they come across the start stretch. They go into the first turn, and it is Pionic, Bradshaw, Hicks. Holy cow. These guys are going at it. They come out of turn 2, heading into 3, and it is still, looks like Pionic, Bradshaw, and Hicks. Hicks just sitting back, waiting to make a move here, as our camera's having hot flashes here. So they head down the backstretch. We're going to see who comes out of Black Rock. And it looks like Pionic's still out front. Bradshaw. Now Hicks comes up on Bradshaw, trying to make a move on the outside. We're going to see if he can make it stick. Doesn't look like it does. Pionic comes out still in the lead. Hicks catching Bradshaw. We're going to see what can be done here as we switch camera views. Pionic still out front. Bradshaw getting a drive off Triple D. Heading into turn 8, we're going to see if Bradshaw can close in, and he does. He closes in right on the back end of Pionic. Going to try to make a move here on the inside, and he does. Turn 9. Bradshaw forces it on the inside, pushes him wide. Pionic's going to try to fight back on the outside. We're going to see what happens here. Bradshaw still has it. Pionic tries the outside. Ooh, they're super tight. Pionic makes the move. Ooh, looks like they touch just a tad. Bradshaw checks up. Hicks gets around Bradshaw. Bradshaw going to try to fight him off. Don't know who's it going to be. Oleg still out front as it looks like Pionic and Bradshaw got super close there in turn 10. And it's Pionic coming out of 1. Bradshaw, then Hicks. Bradshaw has the speed. He's just got to get in front of Pionic and pull away. So as they head into 3, Bradshaw drops again to the inside. This is probably going to go to the end here. We're about 3 to 4 laps in. Hicks is sitting back there just waiting for someone to check up and make a mistake. And the way Bradshaw and Pionic have been racing, it's liable to happen because Pionic forced the issue on that last turn before the start stretch, and it was tight. As they come out and they head into turn 6, it's still Pionic, Bradshaw. Bradshaw all over Pionic yet again. Hicks sitting back there. We're going to see if Bradshaw can make a move here. Coming out of Triple D, that's where Bradshaw has gotten his drive the last 2 laps. Is coming out of Triple D, driving into turn 8 and 9. Bradshaw a little further back now. We're going to see if he can ham-fist it in there, and he does. He closes up on Pionic again. He's got that line pegged. Now he's just following Pionic, protecting that inside. Bradshaw comes out. Bradshaw going to force it again. Bradshaw now diving to the inside, and we're going to see, is he going to be able to stick it? He sticks it. Bradshaw takes it. Pionic lets off. Pionic cuts back to the inside. We're going to see. They drag race down. Pionic takes it back away from Bradshaw. You can see Bradshaw looks like he rearranges his throttle hand to get more throttle as he heads into the first turn. That was crazy cool to watch. Holy crack. So, Pionic still out front. Bradshaw second. Hicks in third. You're running over Pionic, Bradshaw, Hicks, Brand, Swain, Olson, White, Owens, and Dolan. These 3 guys, you have not been able to get them out from underneath the blanket since the start of this race. Pionic still out front. Bradshaw right on his tail as they head into turn 5. Hicks sitting, waiting. Hicks closes on Bradshaw, but it looks like Bradshaw let off a little early there. Maybe he's trying to get a run coming out of 5, going into 6 and 7. So as they come back, Pionic pulls a little bit of a gap. Bradshaw closes in. Bradshaw's going to try to go outside. Bradshaw still outside. Bradshaw cuts to the inside, and we're going to see what happens here. Pionic pulls him out, and Hicks is just sitting, waiting, watching, wishing, hoping the door opens so that he can get a move made. So here they come through turn 7 again. They go into 8. This is where Bradshaw has excelled the entire race. Closes in on Pionic, and he does it again. He's going to force the issue. I have a feeling, folks, he's going to go outside, which is going to put him inside into turn 10. And here he comes. Bradshaw going to drive in on Pionic. Pionic grabs a handful coming out of 9, going into 10. Bradshaw's not close enough to make a move. Looks Pionic really grabbed a handful coming out of 9. That back end was moving a lot. And here they come. Pionic guards the inside. Here comes Bradshaw. Hicks is just sitting back there waiting for a mistake to be made. In the meantime, Chad Swain has tracked down Brand, but he's not close enough to make a move. But it looks like that's going to happen here in the next 2 laps. But we're sticking with this battle out front as they just keep going. And I feel like an auctioneer. My hands are moving around, and I'm barking out things. Holy cow, I'm going to be verklempt by the end of this. And here we go. They go into turn 3, and here we go. Bradshaw forcing the issue again on Pionic. Hicks sitting, waiting, watching, wishing, hoping he can get a wheel in here. Holy cow, the crazy racing has continued all day long. Folks, if there's a commercial in the middle of this, we do apologize, but you won't miss any of the action because they pause it, and then they bring it back from where it pauses when the commercial's over. So we do apologize for that. But as they come out of turn 5 going into 6, it looks like there's a little bit of space there. But as always, we're coming into the section where Bradshaw has been able to make up time on Pionic. We come out of Triple D, he goes into turn 8 and 9, and Bradshaw's been able to keep the gas on almost continuously through that turn to close in on Pionic. So we come out of Triple D, Bradshaw within striking distance again. Hicks, again, still right there on him, less than half a second between these guys. There it is again, Bradshaw gets a great run through 8. Bradshaw goes inside this time. Bradshaw trying to make it happen. Pionic cuts him off. Pionic comes out and gets a little bit of a gap going into 10, and it looks like Pionic now has this on lock. Unless a mistake is made or he loses some tire grip along the way, Bradshaw's going to have to pull it out somewhere else because Pionic is shutting that line down, and now Hicks is all over the back end of Bradshaw as Pionic is absolutely blasting out of turn 10. So we're going to stay with this battle while trying to give you an update on Ryan Brand and Chad Swain. The Canadians trying to make a move on Brand. He comes down the front stretch, and they are nose to tail as they cross the line. There's less than a quarter second between Brand and Swain here. And the 3 guys out front, looks like Pionic's pulling a little bit of a gap on Bradshaw and Hicks, so there looks like there's about a second there now of a gap. So, quickest lap turn so far. Michael Bradshaw, 131.19. 0.3 of a second faster than Oleg's fastest lap. These guys are cooking out front, folks. Absolutely cooking. So as they go into turn 5, Swain trying to make a move on Brand. You're not seeing it because we're keeping our cameras on the leaders. Oleg is out front, and it looks like Hicks is trying to track down Bradshaw. We're going to see if Hicks can make a move on Bradshaw here because it looks like Oleg has finally got comfortable. And he knows what he's got to do and where he's got to do it in order to keep these guys behind him and not in front of him. So as they come around to turn 8 and 9, Bradshaw not able to close on Pionic as he did the first part of this race. Pionic dumps into turn 10, and they're still fairly close, but there's a little bit more of a gap there between Pionic and Bradshaw as we get a great camera view from the stands here, and they drive down the front stretch. We switch back over to our back camera off Momentum Mountain. We catch them coming in the first turn. 4 laps to go here in this race, and it's Oleg out front. Bradshaw still second. Hicks, now they're starting to stretch out about a second to a second and a half gap between all of them. In the meantime, the Canadians trying to get it done against Ryan Brand. In 6th is Damian Olsen running all by himself. Shane White and Trent Owens have got a battle going on for 7th and 8th. Kevin Dolan has served his stop-and-go penalty, and he is trying his best to chase down Shane White and Owens as we speak. Owens and White coming out of 10, going down the start stretch, and they are nose to tail. That's a heck of a battle that's going on right now. We're going to see if Owens can drop in behind White. Oh, and we got our rider down.
got a rider down.
That was Hicks who goes down. He's back up. He's going at his bike.
Hicks, it fell down
And it looks like he just lost the front end. We'll see. He's back up. He's running to his bike. He's back at it. Bradshaw now back all over Pionk. He has nothing to worry about and got nothing to lose. Bradshaw closes in on Pionk, and we're going to see if he can make that happen. Don't know what's going to happen, but Bradshaw has closed in on Pionk. Now that he doesn't have to worry about the third-place rider, he can focus solely on what's in front of him and see if he can make it happen here with just a few to go. In the meantime, Hicks is back up. He's on his bike, but he is out for this one. Now it is a battle between first and second. Is Pionk and Bradshaw. Ryan Brand takes over third. Chad Swain, the Canadian, comes into fourth with Hicks out. Swain still trying to make the move on Brand. And it's Pionk and Bradshaw out front.
Jerry Hicks was the rider that fell in turn 6. It's so disappointing.
As we catch him coming into turn 3, going through the little elbow and blasting down the backstretch. We have a little bit of stack on the cam. We do apologize, but it looks like Pionk has pulled a tad of a gap out there. As we look backward and keep the battle on there, but give you an update on Shane White and Owens. It is still White in front of Owens, but they are nose to tail as they come through turn 10. That is the other battle and the only other battle on this track right now besides Pionk and Bradshaw. They blast across, and it is Owens just behind Shane White as they dive into the first turn. But we're back to the leaders, and it is Pionk and Bradshaw coming through Triple D. Bradshaw, this is where Bradshaw has been the strongest, has been coming out of 7, going into 8 and 9. And again, he closes in on the back of Pionk, but Pionk has been able to get a great drive out of 9 the last 3 laps. Bradshaw, though, comes around, gets a good run, goes outside to inside. He's going to try to stick it in on the inside. Is he going to do it? No, he is not, but he is trying to get Pionk to make a mistake. Bradshaw dives to the inside, gets some drive. Looks like he's got a pretty good drive, but Pionk and that power just blasts out of 10. Holy cow, Pionk has got the top end going down the front stretch into the first turn.
Coming out of turn 10, he just screws the throttle on and walks away from Bradshaw. So he's got that big fire.
As we keep the cams on the leaders,
Spooled up and putting the pony
Pionk still ahead of Bradshaw. Brandon Swain come across in third and fourth, and they're still nose to tail like they've been the entire race as well. Swain doesn't look like he's able to make a move on Brand, so that is unchanged.
We are currently working on lap 12.
So we swing back around and we catch Pionk and Bradshaw dropping into 5, coming out of 5 into 6, going into 7, and it is Bradshaw that was close to Pionk. It looks like Bradshaw is plotting his move, because we see Bradshaw closing up on Pionk pretty much whenever he wants, but he's got to make the pass happen, as that he is all over him at certain times as we switch back over and they come through Triple D. Again, this is the section where Bradshaw has got it right here, but Pionk still seems just to have it coming out of 10, heading toward the straight stretch to the finish line. Bradshaw going around the outside, which will put him on the inside, heading into the last turn. Let's see if he keeps it on. Pionk twitches just a little. Bradshaw keeps it on, but he backs off. Pionk drops into the last turn. We see it from the stand cam, as we call it. Bradshaw trying to hold just as tight a line as Pionk, trying to stay in his draft. And it is just epic racing going on here.
Unbelievable battle between these two as they're circulating around.
And I apologize, folks. We've kept the battle on the front leaders, but this has been back and forth for the entire race. Your third and fourth racers, Ryan Brand in third, Chad Swain in fourth, have been battling this entire time as well. The gap between Swain and Brand is the same as it is between Pionk and Bradshaw. It's about a second nose to tail. Your fifth-place racer, Damian Olson. Sixth is Shane White. Seventh is Trent Owens as they fought back and forth, but it remains the same. And it appears that Gerald Hicks is out. As they come out of 5, heading into 6, it's still Pionk and Bradshaw. Nose to tail, the same it's been the entire time. Great view from our camera set up in turn 6 there. Switch to the fan cam. As we switch over, we finally got it on the fan cam. It's been a crazy day here. We catch Pionk and Bradshaw from the stand cam. Our great, awesome, incredible amateur camera person's getting it done today. Bradshaw again closes in on Pionk. Don't know if he's trying to set him up or get in his head, but Bradshaw leaves it on. Bradshaw drives past Pionic. Pionic shuts the door on him. Pionic back around. Bradshaw is right next to him going into 10. Bradshaw bobbles coming out of 10. Pionic is on a Pionic bobbles just a little bit, and we're on the white flag. This is the last lap. Bradshaw's got one more chance to force the issue, which it looks like he's going to have to do in order to get this pass made on Pionic. The best part of the track for Bradshaw is 8 into 9. If he can get and stay close enough, he might have a way to get past Pionic and force the issue in 10, but it will literally be forcing the issue because Pionic has been shutting him down. As we follow him coming down the backstretch, Pionic still has the same gap on Bradshaw, if not more. So I don't know if Bradshaw is laying back to try to get one last run or not. In the meantime, Trent Owens goes around Shane White for 6th. They've been battling the entire time, and we're going to see if White will let that stand. So as we go into Triple D, Pionic with about 5 bike links on Bradshaw. This may be the end here for Bradshaw's run. We'll see. This is the strongest part of the track for Bradshaw, and he's keeping the hammer down. I don't think he's going to be close enough to do anything unless he keeps it on. Bradshaw driving hard into 8 and 9, but I don't think he's going to be close enough, and he's not. I think Pionic's got this one. Unless Bradshaw bobbles coming out of 9, and that's it. Pionic's going to have it unless he bobbles coming out of 10, and I don't think it's going to happen. Pionic has it. Pionic comes out of 10. There's no bobble there. He keeps the hammer down. Bradshaw gave it all he had, but just not enough. Holy cow. Oleg's fastest laps were toward the end there. His last lap was the quickest, a 131.081 to Bradshaw's 131.190. As we switch back, Brandon Swain. Brand is pulled away from Swain. Brand pulls a little mini wheelie as he comes across, and the Canadian checks up, slows up, comes across the line. So the only battle still going on out there is between Owens and White, and it is White back in front of Owens. We're going to see what happens here as Damian Olsen coming around in 5th, who's been by himself the entire race. And here we come out of 9. We're going into 10, and it looks like Shane White's going to get it unless Owens does something incredibly crazy, and I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be Shane White and Owens. So, your finishing order: Oleg Pionic, Michael Bradshaw, Ryan Brand, Chad Swain, Damian Olsen, Shane White, Trent Owens, Kevin Dolan. Hicks with his get-off in turn 6. Drops him back to 9th for that race. Holy cow. King of the Mountain O, not disappointing anyone today. One race left to go.